I feel like 2020, and this is kind of why I didn't like release a lot of music, is like I almost found myself trying to be just like like fit the standard a little too much. I was like, man, I can't be doing that. I can't be seen with this person. I can't. And I just realized like I don't need to pretend to be anyone else. I just think it took time for me to grow up and really become myself and just make sure I wasn't like playing any character. Motivation of this was just trying to rile people up. Just me titling a video, Hi J. Cole, like some people are gonna be like, wow, I'm excited, and other people are gonna be like, I hate this kid. To be honest, I don't look at rap like it's some Mortal Kombat, you versus me type shit. I feel like maybe I used to because I grew up on a lot of that hip hop. I want everybody to win, even if I don't like your music. Like, I don't really look at it like I'm better than this person, I deserve more shine. Like, if I feel like I'm not where I want to be, I just know I got more work to do. It's not about other people. I'm watching the people I know that I'm better than elevate to a height bigger than mine. The only reason you got you a buzz because none of your competition even trying. They don't put me in no rap conversation, but now I ain't tripping, it's coming in time. Happy you had you a moment, but token back focus to show them you don't got a flow colder than mine. People definitely don't put me in the conversation, but I've never like looked at it like I deserve this. Everything makes sense to me. Like, I just feel like if I'm not in the conversation, it's just because the music wasn't there yet. And I just feel like with this next album, it's gonna change things and it's gonna make people go, oh, maybe this kid isn't necessarily what I thought he was. My flow, oh, with the vibe, my flow open in mind like the Doom DMT is the Joe Rogan around, but don't choke on the line, your throat close it, cause I'm trying to bring smoke like the Pope chosen a time. I'm not like a Joe Rogan fan, or people took that line out of context. I was just connecting it to the DMT line about like opening minds and stuff, and I just know like he does DMT. I'm not like a Joe Rogan listener. Well, when the new Pope gets chosen, the white smoke comes out of the Vatican, or I don't even know, someplace. And they know no one's close when I go toe to toe. So when I give my whole glow moment to shine, most pose like they blind, don't open their eyes, acting like they can't hear me. Hulk Hogan inside. Hulk Hogan did that shit to the crowd, right? So act like they can't hear me, just basically like I feel like a lot of people maybe have heard of me, but like I said earlier, like don't put me in like specific conversations, so they just act like they don't hear the shit. Take it as a lesson. J. Cole dropped, now I'm waiting on the Kendrick, and if Drizzy don't deliver, then I take it as a message. Gotta put in work, I gotta make it as a legend. Ain't waiting for the credit, paid way beyond the credit. Bank statement with a message, and it say great bakery, maybe where the bread is. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake are the top 3 current legends right now. You know, when they drop an album, it feels like the world stops. I like that my album is coming out the same year that I feel like so many important albums are gonna drop. Not that it's gonna be in the same conversation as like a Kendrick album, but I just hope it's somewhat floating around there. Like, this Token album's kind of fire. With the line before, it paid way beyond the credit. You know, people don't credit me a lot of the time, but just off the strength of my fan base, like, I'm financially doing okay. Flew her out to LA, baby, look at Venice, give a bitch a new life, but I ain't gonna get her pregnant, hell no. Leave me alone. East Coast kid, cold dick, but I preheat my hoes. She don't call me Token, she call me T. Oh, now she tryna sip tea, that bitch got sore throat. Well, my friends call me T. And my girl sipping tea is a reference to a blowjob. Set the record, I'm blessed today. The epidemic was just a phase, a better level of renegade. It's Eminem when he met with Jay and tell Atlantic to get me paid. Honestly, I think Jay-Z had the better verse on Renegade, but like both were fire. But I was just saying, I'm the renegade, and I'm the one who's doing some, you know, unorthodox. I started becoming like a huge Jay fan, maybe around like 12, 13. So it definitely wasn't when it was dropped. It was way later. This ain't no cryptocurrency, but the real token, probably best investment they ever made, ho. Talking down to me like I ain't on the level yet. I bet I sell double tickets on the road. Give a dick with real passion like I'm broke, even though we just fucked in my $1 million home. Everybody's just talking about Bitcoin and tokens. Shout out to Atlantic Records. Happened to invest in a token, and it's me, and I think it's pretty good investment. One thing about my fan base is, say what you want, they come to the shows. And I've done like world tours ever since the beginning. I told him not to bring his pistol with him, but he's stuck up in his ways, and it's just how it goes. And it kinda do remind me of myself, cause I'm about to drop a hit, but still wanna hit him with that old flow. As I evolve, I just know I have like a fan base who wants records like this J. Cole one, like just spazzing on beats. And to be honest, like it's right now, it's not my favorite thing to do, but there's comfort there. It's like I've spent so many years doing it, and I know like fans love it. I always feel like no matter how big I get, no matter how, what type of records are circulating, I'll always have that. I'll always do that for at least like the OG fans, like just spazzing, like no hook, long verse. Get him again, I got him. Sipping the gin, imminent sin when I get in my bottle. Legend alive, but if I die, then they gon' print my novel. Everyday wine, better with time, I'm in a different cycle. Token, a whole different zone. Oh, it's a moment to hold. Call you, just throw me the bone. I beat all beats you condone. I treat my seed like a throne. I keep like 3 different hoes. I keep my kids in their throat and I leave them each all disowned. I ain't no role model. I think with this new album, I've had like for the first time my whole career, like kind of like an out of body, out of career, out of myself moment of like damn, this is the first time I'm making music that like I listen to, and that just gives me so much faith that like a lot of people might like this shit. And I don't know, if something happened to me, maybe it'd be extra appreciated. Tippy toe with the flow, oh God, be quiet. My bitch at home video, oh you gotta watch her. Her titty sewn, knitted on, whoa, she's such a doll. And if any foe wanna get at me, you can catch me out in Massachusetts, stupid happy, absolutely moving past the bracket. You assume I'm actually belonging in, but I got the sponsorship like do the student athlete. Fuck this beat, I need some action. I still live in Massachusetts. I don't live in like Salem, Marblehead area where I grew up, but I'm close by. I just love Massachusetts. I love the energy of the people. I love still being there. I'm kind of tucked away, so it's not like crazy, but I go to LA a lot, but I rather LA be something I like look forward to a trip rather than just like getting used to it. And then like my home where my heart is like the trip. Pick the casket, I'm the kid to pack it in. Kill the track and give it back again like shit's an accident. My bad, I'm babbling back to the topic. I heard Token's about to drop a project, God is nostalgic. It's been too long, I pop it. I got like all I'm watching. I spent a long time on this project. Like it's taken so many different turns. I say God is nostalgic because I haven't dropped a project in like 2.5 years, which for people, for a new artist, is like, that is not smart. But I just rather like wait a while than do something that I'm gonna regret. And like I've just put so many ears on different songs of this album and swapped it. And I just feel like at this point I know I'm gonna tip my hat on that. Like I did that. Like I can't really say that about all the music I've done. Like there's music out there for me where I'm like, damn, like kinda get why some people don't like me. This time I really took my time on it and I just made sure this album is me. I let them jack my flow, have my flow, fuck that shit, I'm off it. It get awkward when they throw me in a boat with fucking so-and-so. Knowing that I let their moment go, but now I'm owed my own. My vocal tone tell me, calm it down, relax, dog. You proved enough to them, just give them the tracks. And when they talk about these new rappers getting their bags, I wanna tell them all salute. All comparisons are through. I just have like friends who like show me like new artists that I feel like have been like inspired by me, like small artists. And I think it's dope. I don't think it's like, that's my flow, give it back. Like I think anyone is welcome to take what I do and run with it. My goal at this point isn't like, prove you can rap some more. I think I did that, and I just think it's about like the records now. This style of like spazzing on, it's what I started out doing. So like a part of me I feel like is always gonna wanna like do it, at least just for the fans. Okay, I gotta get back, cool, my name on the map, that belong on a plaque too. The fact is feeling is past due, true, coming to back, ooh, it's me, it's T, it's fucking the whole industry if they don't give me the key, never too different. When I was mad young, when I was 6, my main goal was like, damn, I just wish I could feel like I could like talk to these kids more and relate more. But that feeling is what brought me to music, like, because that's what I wrote about the first time, so never too different, like, embrace it, bro. Like, don't run from it. What made me different is the reason my life is this. Like, if I just, like, was like, fuck it, I just want to, like, talk about the same shit, do the same shit, I would have never turned to music. I would have never thought I was important enough to, like, talk about myself. So never too different. It's at its infant stages right now. I just launched it, but bro, I'm so excited about it, and I'm just really happy to see like the fans beginning to take to it, and already got tattoos on fans and shit. Like, it's so inspiring, and it just shows me how important this shit like really is. Dude, you know when you like lie and you're like, fuck, I gotta remember that lie. Imagine like being so famous for that lie. I can't do that. I can't like leave the house, I got dressed a certain way, I gotta, no, I wanna, and I just believe in myself to the point that like I can be myself and make this shit #1.